So the Philadelphia Eagles are now two-time Super Bowl champions, and they kicked the shit out of the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22. That score is a bit misleading because it was 40-6 at one point, and then Kansas City got a couple of touchdowns and a 2-point conversion in garbage time, basically. Going into this game, I felt like both teams were evenly matched, and I thought it was going to be like a 20-17 game, and I picked the Chiefs to win. I thought that they were going to win, even though I was rooting for Philly to win because I'm tired of the Chiefs. And I really didn't want Philly in the Super Bowl either, because nothing against the team itself. I just hate their fan base. I think the people in Philadelphia are degenerative pieces of shit or shits. But that was not the case. The Eagles dominated the Chiefs from start to finish. And I think for the Kansas City Chiefs is that all season long, it wasn't really like their offense that was the story. It was the defense. The defense that kept them in all these games. And of course the refs. Oh God. But yeah, the defense to me was the story for the Chiefs and was the main catalyst in the Chiefs winning so many games this season and getting the number one seed and competing for yet another Super Bowl. The inability on offense for the Chiefs to score points, which is what got them on the map, which is what people noticed when the Chiefs started to rise and win championships and all that. Their offense is what got them on the map and what got people talking. And their inability to score points and going up against a talented Philadelphia defense bit them in the ass. Now, I was at work again, another Super Bowl Sunday where I'm at work, and I was trying to watch the game whenever I had some free time, whenever it was slow. And I think I'm destined to just work Super Bowl Sundays as long as I'm at the job that I'm currently at. But at least it's slow and I can kind of keep my eyes glued to the football game. I just got done watching it on the condensed version on the NFL Plus app. From what I could see, I was looking at the wide receivers and how Philly's DBs were playing the wide receivers. It looked like they were playing the man to man, and that made Mahomes hold the ball a lot longer than he wanted to. And Kansas City's wide receivers have had trouble getting open, beating talented DBs one-on-one. So Philly, they decided to play man, and they do have the cornerbacks and the defense to go man on wide receivers in the NFL. So that was their game plan, to play man coverage on the defensive side of the ball, have Mahomes hold the ball in his hands, and give that pass rush a chance to get to him, which they did. Now, I did say that, let's see here, whoever won this game, it was going to come down to whose quarterback can make the most plays, either Hurts or Patrick Mahomes. And that was Hurts. Hurts, who has been average for most of the season, had the best game of his season, possibly his life. He played well in the NFC Championship game. He played extremely well in the Super Bowl last night. Hurts was 17 for 22, 221 yards, had 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He was sacked twice. He ran the ball 11 times, had 72 yards, had 1 rushing touchdown. Well, that was the Philly push for his rushing touchdown. He was phenomenal. He was taking what the defense gave him. When there was nothing down the field, he would dump it off in the flat to Saquon, and he did a good job of staying poised in the pocket. Philly dominated the Chiefs on the line of scrimmage, both sides of the ball as well. Philly's offensive line showed that we have the best offensive line in the National Football League, because the Kansas City Chiefs front four could not get to Hurts, and he had all day in the pocket. He could survey the field, go through his reads, and as I said, he took what the defense gave him. Now, he took some shots down the field. The first shot he took to A.J. Brown, it was on 4th down, like 4th and 3. No, damn it, hold on. But damn fish is ready. All right, I'm back. What was I talking about? A.J. Brown. So he catches the ball, but he gets called for offensive pass interference because he was matched up one-on-one against Trent McDuffie. He was pushing off, but he pushed off a bit on his face mask, and they called it offensive pass interference. And I'm like, here we go. The NFL, the NFL is helping out the Chiefs once again, and people are not going to be happy. Philly's going to get fucked over, and it was trending on Twitter. I was seeing what people were saying on Twitter, and #rigged was trending again for the Chiefs, and people were replaying that offensive pass interference call on AJ Brown. But that wasn't the case. That was not the case. Actually, Kansas City were getting some calls thrown against them. And I was thinking, Roger Goodell doesn't really probably knows that the way that the refs have bailed out the Chiefs this season is looking bad for them. And, people already think that the NFL is rigged. Why have the refs help the Chiefs once again on the biggest stage of the season? So let's have the refs penalize the Chiefs. They penalized them 7 times for 75 yards. And then again, the Philadelphia Eagles kicked the crap out of the Chiefs, so that also helped as well. And that's how you combat the refs. To just dominate the shit out of your opponent. Yeah, Jalen Hurts was phenomenal. Saquon Barkley didn't really have a big-time game. Ran the ball 25 times, 57 yards. He was targeted 7 times, at 6 receptions, 40 yards. The Chiefs made it their mission to keep him contained. They were loading the box with 3 linebackers, crowding the line of scrimmage. They did not want Saquon to go off. And when he caught the ball in the flat, they did a good job of tackling him in open space. So they made it their mission to keep him under control. But I think Philly wanted to compensate for the running game by having Hurts run the ball, using quarterback keeps. And also, when they blitzed him, because that was the only way the Chiefs were able to get pressure on Hurts, he found a hole in the line of scrimmage and took off for a few yards and hurt the Chiefs with his legs. He did a good job of, when the pocket broke down, he would take off running. Like I said, he was just taking what the defense gave him, just letting the game come to him. Devontae Smith, 69 yards, 1 touchdown. AJ Brown, 43 yards, 1 touchdown. Jahan Dotson, he had a big catch on the sideline. So Philadelphia, the wideouts as well, they were not afraid to try Trent McDuffie. AJ Brown, when he was matched up against Trent, when the ball was thrown his way, he got the better of him. Defensively for the Chiefs, they were probably hoping to make the Eagles one-dimensional by throwing the ball, and that didn't work. So defensively, Josh Sweat had 2.5 sacks. Milton Williams, 2 sacks. Jordan Davis had 1 sack. I thought Josh Sweat was a real game wrecker on that defensive line. What's this? Oh my God, my fucking phone. You know what? Let's try this. Cooper DeJean, the rookie, he had a pick 6. Someone else had an interception. Zach Bond, the linebacker that they signed for a 1-year deal. Yeah, just an all-around dominating performance by Philly. In the passing department, they had a body on the wide receivers. They weren't letting Travis Kelce run free. That has always bothered me watching the Chiefs over the years, how teams just let him run free in the middle of the field, in the seams, on third down situations especially. That wasn't the case. They were like, we're going to put a body on all these wide receivers because these wide receivers aren't really that great. They can't really beat man coverage. Yeah, they have, Hopkins, but I don't think he still is a good receiver, but I don't think he's what he used to be. Juju Smith-Schuster, and he's never really been that guy. Marquise Brown, Xavier Worthy, who was supposed to be the, next Tyreek Hill. That hasn't panned out. So yeah, so let's go to the Chiefs. Defensively, for the Chiefs, as I mentioned, they did a good job of keeping Saquon contained. They just couldn't carry the Chiefs to another victory like they have been for a good majority of the season because the Chiefs offense just couldn't really do anything. Patrick Mahomes, the GOAT, once again showing why he is not the GOAT. All right, this is okay. He went 21 for 32, had 257 yards, had 3 touchdowns. Now, half his stats came in garbage time. I mean, all of his touchdown passes came in garbage time. He had 2 picks. He should have had 3, almost had 3. Now, the second pick he threw wasn't really on him. His offensive line got pushed into him as he was throwing the ball, so I'll cut him some slack on that. He's not the GOAT, okay? He's not the GOAT. Once again, having another mediocre year, another bad Super Bowl performance where he and his team gets mollywopped. And it's kind of funny how Tom Brady was in the booth. This man continues to terrorize Mahomes even when he's in the booth. When the pocket was breaking down, he just looked uncomfortable, and he was so quick to run, and he was jittery. He didn't know where to go. He didn't really keep his eyes down the field, trying to buy time in the pocket. And pressure affects quarterbacks. They affect quarterbacks. I don't care who you name. Pressure gets to a quarterback, it affects his game. But there are great quarterbacks throughout the years that have still been able to make plays with pressure in their face. Joe Montana was good at that. He was good at throwing the ball while being off balance. His feet weren't always set when he made a throw. And with Mahomes, he was just terrorized and uncomfortable, and he was panicking. Threw a pick six. The almost pick that he threw was when he was getting flushed out of the pocket, running to his right. Almost threw a pick. In garbage time, he threw a bad ball into triple coverage. C.J. Gardner-Johnson picked it off, but that was called back on a penalty. So yeah, now is he a bad quarterback? No, he's not. And I try not to say athletes are bad, but I'm not trying to say like he's a bad quarterback or anything like that. The man has 2 rings. He has competed in multiple Super Bowls. You can't be a mediocre quarterback and have this success. He has been mediocre this season and last season. His team and the refs have helped him out tremendously. But overall, I wouldn't say he's like mediocre career-wise. So yeah, he's not the GOAT. He showed that once again. And I'll make a video explaining why I don't think he is the GOAT at some point. Probably this offseason. Anyway, Kareem Hunt. He had 9 rushing yards. Samaje Perine, 8 rushing yards. Isaiah Pacheco. Xavier Worthy, like I said, the guy who was supposed to be the next Tyreek Hill. He had 8 receptions, 157 yards, 2 touchdowns, but that was in garbage time. He's more of a gimmick player. You use him in end rounds, jet sweeps, screens. Travis Kelce, 4 receptions, 39 yards, quiet day. Just a quiet offensive performance. The Chiefs this offseason, they need to figure out a way to get that offense that put them on the map, okay, in the first place. They need to figure out how to get that offense revamped. If they can keep this defense and go back to dropping 30, 40 points, then they're going to be a serious threat once again. I think they need to find a big-time wideout. I think Travis Kelce is getting up there in age. How old is Travis Kelce anyway? Will this tell me? He is... And it doesn't tell me. Of course it doesn't. Let's see. Oh my God, just give me his age. Oh, he's 35 years old. He's 35 years old, yeah. That's like dog years in football. Right, so they need to find another young, big-time tight end or a wideout that Mahomes can gel with and create a chemistry with. Get rid of Juju Smith-Schuster and Marquise Brown. See if you can find some other young wideouts. But definitely find a number 1 target for Mahomes to work with. I think that's all I have to say for this. So now we go to the off season. Another NFL season is wrapped up. It's in the books. And we see what happens next season. Will the Eagles repeat or will they fall off? Will the Chiefs be back? I think the Chiefs will be back, in all fairness. Competing for a title, I don't know, but I think they will be. I think they're still in the mix. I don't think this is the end of the Kansas City Chiefs. We'll see what happens. So please like and subscribe. That is it. I am out.